Gavin Newsom's California brings a $3 billion bill to taxpayers in yet another handout for illegal immigrants. As of this week, over 750,000 illegals are now eligible for the state's health care plan, nearly doubling the amount already receiving it. This comes as the state faces its biggest budget deficit ever. Here with reaction, former California Assemblyman and Texas Public Policy Foundation Vice President Chuck DeVore. Chuck, thanks for being here. So apparently they have a Medi-Cal system. Apparently, if you were under 26 or over 50, you used to qualify for it if you were an illegal. Now everyone in the middle gets it as well. Where are they getting the money for this, and what's this going to do to illegal immigration?
Yeah, that's a great question, right? A $68 billion deficit that California is looking at. They spend the most amount of money on their Medicaid system called Medi-Cal in California. That's the biggest chunk of their budget. And if you look at that deficit, you could eliminate K through 12 education spending and just about pay for it. So that puts it kind of into perspective. And so what Governor Newsom's doing is he's saying, let's cover all the rest of the illegal immigrants that we don't already cover. That would be about a $3.1 billion a year hit to the California budget. But, Biden to the rescue, right? Because Biden last April declared that DACA recipients were in the country legally. They were legally present in the country. Well, that helped offset California's deficit, I think, by about $1.1 billion. If Biden were to do the same, claiming that all the people rushing across the border because they were given a piece of paper saying you have to appear at some point 6-10 years from now, that means you're lawfully present, that would put U.S. taxpayers on the hook for about another $11 billion a year in the state portion of Medicaid. So I think that's the other shoe that's likely to drop, given how loyal Gavin Newsom has been for President Biden.
So the broke federal government is bailing out broke Californians on behalf of illegals, but you have vets who are camping outside of VA hospitals.
Right.
In California.
Right, and of course it serves as a magnet. It causes even more people to come in. And oh, by the way, Americans ought to stop and consider this, that the laws that we have in the books say that if you're coming into America, unless you're really a legitimate asylum seeker, which virtually none of these people are, you have to not be a burden on the system. You have to show that you can take care of yourself. That's why typically you need a sponsor if you're going to come across legally, so that we taxpayers don't have to pay for keeping you alive, putting a roof over your head, giving you medical care.
We are so far gone, it's not even funny. You're right. None of the people coming across the border qualify for asylum, to your point, and almost all of them have become a drag on the system.